Hey Manic fam, VoiceOver Mad Dog is back with a new orc log, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I did my Moa Wig. The main focus of this video is going to be how I added the wefts in, because although the stars are resin casts, I'd prefer to focus on one technique per work log, and I'd also prefer to make a resin specific practical cosplay video in the future. With that being said, let's jump right into this. To my knowledge, there are generally two techniques used for adding wefts to a wig. The first technique is to take wefts either by de-wefting something else, like you can see me doing here, or by buying wefts standalone, and sewing them in with specialty wefting tools. It's the more professional method, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I've used this technique for my Elsa wig and loved it, however, it is a bit more advanced. So in this video, I'll be using the more basic hot glue technique. Gotta love hot glue. This technique does have some downsides. It's not as sturdy and you may see some hot glue lumps if you use it on a straightened wig, but for this wig, where the goal was to make it as voluminous as possible, and tediously sewing wefts would have been the absolute worst with the extra crimped and curly fibers, it was exactly the technique that I needed. To do this technique, you want to take a section of the wig and separate the top wefts in the section from the bottom wefts in the section. You'll be gluing the new weft to space in between those two sections. You'll also be working in a section by section fashion, separating new rows of wefts to create new spaces to glue. So I recommend starting your first section at the base of the wig and working from the bottom up, so as not to disrupt the wefts that you've already added to the wig. Ripping out new wefts would actually be terrible. Oh my god. But anyway, once you separate the wefts, you want to place your glue on the elastic strips that hold the wig together, and then place the weft onto the glue and hold it there until it dries. However, you want to be careful not to remove any of the wig's elasticity, so be sure not to cover the entire elastic piece with glue, and be sure not to pull the weft taut in its placement. So long as you keep those things in mind, you are gold, and using this technique should be a breeze. Then you just, do it for the next millennia until your massive wig is finally wefted, and then you're good. You did the thing. Nice. I'm gonna die. Look at that. Oh boy. Now, to add the stars to the wig, I actually cast them out of resin, and like I said, I didn't really want to go into that, but as you can see here, resin is a two-part mixture, so I will be mixing the parts up, putting them into a little mold, and then after waiting a full 24 hours, I will be popping them out of the mold and attaching them very strangely to bobby pins. The method I used for this, because I didn't want the bobby pin showing through the yellow resin, which was semi-translucent, was to take 2 pieces of white fleece and glue one straight to the back, and then cut holes for the bobby pin to go through the second one, and then glue that to the other piece. That way it created a nice strong yellow color without seeing any of the darkened bobby pin line. There is probably many better ways to do this, but it was my first time trying to put resin pieces on a wig, and I was pretty happy with how this came out. If you do have better ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments though, because I'm sure anybody else interested in adding resin pieces to their wigs would find them quite helpful. Then, when I went to attach my little yellow resin stars to my wig, I braided little 1-inch sections and tied them off with clear elastics, and just attached my stars with the bobby pins right to those braided sections. It helped it stay a little bit more in place instead of having the bobby pins just fall right off the wig, because that's what they would have done without anything to hold them in place, you know? It's just, that would have been terrible. And the horns, I used a similar method of attachment, but instead of making resin cast stars for the horns, I made horns out of Model Magic and the ears out of some fabric and polyfill. But overall, a very similar method, very easy. And I was surprised with how well this technique worked, considering I came up with it all by myself, and it was very last minute, and usually things don't go well if I do them last minute. But yeah, that's about it for this work log. I hope you enjoyed learning a little wig technique, and I will be doing a practical cosplay video eventually on how to do basic resin casting, because I do love molding and casting things. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that, because you have seen me aluminum casting all semester. It's a good time. Follow me on Instagram if you aren't already. It's just more nerdiness. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to more if you want to see more cosplay related content. And I hope all of your wefting adventures go well. I guess that's it for now, Manic Fam. I will see you on the con floor. Hopefully I will actually see you instead of just being kind of a voiceover. Yeah. Bye!